What's up, guys? How we doing today? Um, Super stoked. We just got back from a trip. We went to Disney. We took the family out there for 10 days. It was a lot of fun, exhausting. So just get back into the swing of things. We got week before that, we were at the Mastermind. Mastermind was insane. If you guys went, um, Sumner really put on an amazing show. We had awesome speakers. He's got a bunch of it coming out on his channel. If you guys check it out. As you know, Sumner, he basically leaves no stone unturned and gives it all away. Um, so he's basically giving away almost all the mastermind content. I think probably all of it, honestly. You'll see all the speakers and everything like that. So far he's posted Seb, Rylan. I have to check who else. Definitely check out his YouTube channel for that. And then also, if you guys haven't done this yet, let's see. So if you guys don't know, Sumner has opened up a few more spots for Land Insights. So check this out. Land Insights this is how we pick our markets, and it's where we're finding success. So all you got to do is click here, hit get started, you fill out your form, all that stuff, and then once you fill out the get started form, of course it's not going to show me because I've already done this. You get access to the 7-figure market selection secrets. This is only accessible if you are, going through the Land Insight thing and actually just putting out your thing. You don't have to buy the program to get this. Like, you don't have to sign up for it. This is basically a free giveaway that he's giving to you just by saying that you're interested. So check this out. This is definitely going to help you get your actual your business rolling. This is awesome right here. This right here make you 7 figures just by watching this and using Land Insights. It's ridiculous. So check that out, landinsights.co. I'll actually drop this in the comments. All right. Sweet. Check that out. So today, I'm just getting back into everything. I kind of took a 3-week-ish hiatus in life and just kind of enjoyed my time off with my family, my kids, and went to the mastermind. If you guys went to it, it was insane. There's so much good value there, so many great speakers, just a lot of really good people to talk to. So now I'm like kind of refocusing my my energy, my head into the business again, and setting myself up for a really strong new year. So my business personally, I'm giving you guys a quick business update. Our business personally, we're pausing our mailing a little bit in December. We're not stopping it. We're just pausing it a little bit. I think we pushed out like 10,000 pieces this month. We originally anticipated putting about 25,000 out, but we slowed down. We did 10,000 in select markets, and we're going to do another between 5,000 and 7,000 just in December. So nothing too crazy. And then come January is when we're going to really ramp up. I was back and forth whether I'm going to push out 45,000 just to start the month out. But I think instead of that, we might just do 25,000 pieces of mail and then kind of scale up from there and go into, 25,000, 30, 40, 45, and just keep going from there. So I'll share actually, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I'll open up the kimono a little bit, as Sumner says. So we've been working on the back end stuff a lot right now with our SOPs and everything. Here's obviously all our looms and everything like that. We brought on a VA. So we have 2 VAs right now working for us. Michelle and Bernardo, they're amazing. And we've been having them do a lot of the back end work for us right now. So what we've been doing a lot of is this. These are all our SOPs. So this is click by click, every single step we take. Yo, Rob, what's up, bro? Rob has been working with Michelle to build these out. So these are all SOPs. So basically it's click by click when we're going to pull our data. So you click this, drops down. Okay, log into Land Vision. Here's the link right here. Click Land Vision. It's everything. It's foolproof. to basically pull all our stuff. So Michelle has just been amazing in doing that, and she built out all these sheets. So we could host these in Notion and stuff like that, but it's at the same point, this is free. You don't have to get too fancy with it. So what we're going to do is record a loom exactly with this thing, pull data from LandVision, and do all the 20 some odd steps, the 20 steps that we need, click by click. Should be a 5-minute loom, and then tag it right to this so that somebody could read the steps and watch the video if they wanted. So now going to train another VA to do this stuff is super easy. So we did that for steps for data. We did this for steps for mail merge. So how do we upload to Rocket Print? How do we do all this stuff? How do we go through and double check our data? Everything right here. It's all stacked. Updated lists to CRM, to Pebble. So you can see Rob is, while I was away hanging out in Disney, Rob was cranking away doing all this stuff. So thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Upload list to Pebble, everything like that. So they've been really cranking away at this stuff. Here's our lead intake we're doing, due diligence, DocuSign, sending a contract. Basically, we're going to record every SOP from the beginning of the business all the way to the final end of the business and listing it, everything. Mostly Michelle. Yeah, I know. We give her the inputs. She does the outputs. But Michelle, yeah, she's awesome. So guys, hire a VA. We only hired her part-time right now. She's $8.40 an hour, and she does 10 hours a week, and she gets pretty much cranking. She does pretty much this in a 10-hour week, something like that. It's awesome. We just do a quick Zoom with her, and then she just does the rest. So this is instrumental for us because now our other hires, as we have Bernardo is our other guy. He fact checks her essentially, and he goes through all these steps and does all the stuff and says, okay, there's an issue here, there's an issue there. And he'll reach out in Slack and just say, hey, fix this. So yeah, she's absolutely worth every penny. Instead of trying to save money and buy get a $2 VA, we decided to upscale a little bit. So we originally hired her. I brought her on. So here's what I do. I brought on 3 VAs, all for the same exact job. And I basically tested them with the same exact skill set. And I wanted to see, what type of skill set they have, right? And Michelle would stand out with her SOPs and creating sheets and everything like that. Like if you look at this too, let's see, mail prep, I think it is V2. Okay. So I brought her on and Upwork. I hired her from Upwork. So I brought her on and we gave her like a basic mail prep. It looked like this template right here. It's just 4 things. And I had her do this stuff, right? And it was no real formulas or anything like that. So she took it upon herself without me even asking, to do version 2 of this. Now, looks the same, but here's what she did. So we import the data. It already has all the filters ready to go. All the stuff right up here. This all gets to here. So she inputs her data here, and then it brings it right into here. Okay. There's less inputs that we have to do now. And then, all this stuff, sold data, whatever. So you bring in your sold data here, and then it populates a chart right here with all like the acreage ranges and stuff like that, with the min max, everything. So she shaved off probably 15 minutes per county, which was huge. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're doing, we're pricing probably 10 counties a week. That's 150 minutes. That adds up. That's crazy cost. So now it simplifies that whole process. And she did that without me asking. So I was like, wait, this girl's really good at this stuff. And then she started doing, she took our SOPs, this right here. We had like a basic, like handwritten SOP. And she just started doing like all this stuff. So I was like, man, she's really good at this stuff. So I said to her, I was like, would you be open to doing, building SOPs and stuff like that? She's like, yeah, absolutely. I love it. Now, one thing I always do, and I like people that don't require a lot of hand holding. So I'm very standoffish in the beginning. when I go to hire, I give them a task and I see if they could just do it for themselves. They could do it for themselves. I love them. So that's what I did to all three of these people, and all three of them were great. But Michelle had to stand out in doing this stuff. She was very organized and organized. Uh, I said organized twice. She was very organized with everything. So I loved her. And then Bernardo was really fast at pricing. He was really great at it, really great at listening. Now they're both in the Philippines. They basically work on this stuff during the day, like their daytime waking hours. So they're not up till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning working for us. I said to them, I don't care what you got, what time you guys do this, just get it done. And they love it because the one Bernardo is having a new baby. So now he gets to spend time with his wife and help her throughout the day. Come in, do some pricing, step out, go help his wife, go back in, do some pricing, step out. It's amazing. Um, and yeah, it's honestly been great. So they love it. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, right? They're allowed to do it on their own time. I don't require a lot of it's my time to help with them. And yeah, so each VA is only $10, 10 hours per week right now. And we're going to scale them up eventually. But right now, I told them, like, this is the ascension plan. This is a newer business that we're building. So we plan to bring you up. But for right now, we're just starting you here. How long do you need to train her before land in her land business before having her do the SOPs? She doesn't know much about the land business, but she doesn't have to. She's just really good at organization, right? So if you just show her what to do, she just does it, right? And you're not always going to find people like that, but I would say look for people that cost a little bit more in a way, pay for good talent kind of thing. It's definitely been helpful. So I've had other so I used to have a team of like 26 VAs when I had a wholesaling business, flipping business, and all that stuff. And we had VAs I was paying like anywhere between $1.50 an hour to $3.50 an hour, plus commission, all this stuff. And it was me and a couple partners. It was crazy. It was a lot of like training. Our turnover was insane and all this stuff. And I said to Rob, I was like, Rob, look, I want to get some VAs and whatever. And of course, rightfully so, he's the integrator. He's got to give me pushback. So he did. He gave me pushback, and he's like, I don't think we should do it right now. I think we should wait. I said, I want to get set up so that come January we could just go. So that's what we did. I just did it without without really letting him tell me yes, but I just did it. And I think it's really been great. Rob could probably talk to that. So hire early, guys. I'd say that's definitely a good suggestion, especially if you're trying to like build out SOPs or build out anything in your business. It's good to get somebody in your, on the side. Yeah, I did. I was wrong, and this is great. Thanks, Rob. It's good to have somebody on your side to kind of help you out. So, and inside LIA, Sumner goes over how to hire directly, which is also a really great thing because now you're not paying like service fees and stuff like that to Upwork and stuff. So there's a way to do that where you basically Sumner goes over everything inside LIA, how to do that. He shows you how to do it with the VPN and all that stuff. We didn't go that route. That's just because I've used Upwork before, so I just didn't do that. But you could do the Sumner's way, and you'll actually end up saving a lot of money and still get really good talent. Cool. So that's a little bit about our business right now. We have, let me see. We got a bunch of deals that just came in. Let's see. Oops. Solar deals. So we have a bunch of deals in here right now that just came in for due diligence, stuff like that. And we've been working. We got we got a couple signed contracts that just came in. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 signed. We got a bunch right now in title and funding. We some purchase, some in the inventory already, and then a bunch of long-term follow-ups, dead leads, this and that. So even with slowing down our mail a little bit, we still have a lot of stuff going on, and we're working on some strategic marketing partnerships for a couple things, for a couple markets, and it's just kind of like we split the legwork and then split the costs a little bit. They cover the marketing, we cover all the other stuff, kind of just works right now because it allows us to still get deals without any cost out of pocket. He's another guy that it's in our pipe. Talked already today. Oh my God. Okay, so we have a deal right here. I'll talk about this one. That's a shame. I feel bad for that guy. This property right here is 60 acres total. It's a 29 and a half acre, 15 acre, and then another 15 acre, all kind of across the street from each other, kind of whatever. So we talked to him. I got all 3 signatures signed. When I talked to him originally, he's like, yeah, it's just the 3 of us. Come to find out, after going through everything and sending the title and all that stuff, turns out there's, what is it, 6 brothers and sisters, I think, or 7. I forget what it is. Some have passed away, and now another one who was mentally challenged also just passed away. And, the seller, 5. Okay, 5. The seller originally told us, he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Nobody else has any ownership on the property. This and that. It's just the 3 of us. I was like, okay, fine. Well, come to find out, there's 5 people, and we have to get the signatures. One of them is not mentally fit to sign. I believe somebody had a power of attorney to do that, but it's just like a crazy deal. We were basically going to get this property, 60 acres for about $120,000, and our exit probably would be somewhere around 240, maybe 300K. So it's a pretty decent deal. It's a good deal. It's a great deal. It's just a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, 2 others are deceased with kids. It's going to be a long one. So we've been dealing with a lot of these types of deals where it's just a crazy mess. That's been happening a lot. This one right here is another one that's a crazy mess that we were dealing with, where basically buying this for, I think it was $70,000. I think we're under contract for. Exit would have been around $165,000. Fantastic deal. She quit claimed the property because it was going to go to tax foreclosure. Her mother owned it and then passed away. And then I think, I forget the whole thing, but our attorney's going through it. So it turns out she quit claimed the property to herself. Now, technically, she doesn't own the property because the way the succession went, it didn't ever transfer to her. This is a whole thing. And she had an attorney who did the whole quit claim and all that stuff and got her on the contract, everything like that, got her on title. Our attorney now looked at it and said, no, she doesn't technically own the property. And we're like, crap. So we're chasing this deal too. This is a 100K profit. This is, 100K profit. This one, Rob, I think we could probably move Hargrove out of here. Unfortunately, the poor guy. I'd love to help him, but this property, we need to get like 7 signatures to get an easement. And I feel so bad for this guy. He just needs money, and we tried to help him. We just can't. So it's crazy. But yeah, a lot of these deals we're chasing all kinds of crazy stuff. And then we get these laydown deals where it's like this one, buy for 60, sell for 115. Yeah, Hargrove was dead. Okay. Inventory stages. We're still pretty new to Pebble. I haven't really been using it too much. We do have some stuff in there, but why isn't this moving? We do have some stuff in there, but I haven't really been using it too much. The inventory stuff. We started putting stuff over there, but then I like to see stuff in this pipe. So like we moved it over here already, our inventory stuff, and now I don't have anything in this pipe over here. I like to kind of see, like, I think it looks great to like scroll through and see how many properties you purchased. Right now it's only showing 2, so I don't like the way that looks because they're all in the inventory. But yeah, so I don't know. We haven't really do it. We're still working on these. We've had couple different pipelines going, but now we've kind of went back and forth. Hang on one second. Yeah. You have choppy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so pretty crazy. Cool. So I kind of went into a whole spiel. So I had a couple people reach out and they wanted to go over creating an offer template. We have the framework. Now, this is something that have you ever have you moved 100% still changing? Yeah, we pretty much migrated all to Pebble. We're not doing our mailing through Pebble, um, but we are doing everything else through Pebble. So all our calls, all our stuff gets stored in there. I like Pebble for my one main reason is I'll show you. I forget what the deal was. This guy, I don't even know. I love this stuff right here. You go in here and you could just store. Oh, that's not the lead. Due diligence. Is it Jerry Stroud? This guy maybe. You could store everything in here. That's what I love about Pebble. So we could put all our information in here. I could store my pictures. I could store all my data. So you can see here, this is a subdivision actually. We're kind of looking at pricing, making sure it works out. This guy already has the subdivision set up. So we're working with that guy right now. But if you see, with these properties, like we could add the contract, we could do all this stuff in here. So it's not just a, at least down here we go. Do a live episode just on how to use Pebble. Don't want to hijack this one. Yeah, I could do that, man. Maybe I'll talk to Jesse. I'll get Jesse on with us and have him go through everything. I'll let Sumner know, and we'll bring Jesse on, and we'll do it together. Yeah, see, like this is all we could do all our recordings. We could do, all our attachments. Everything is stored in here. And the best part about what I love about Pebble is one, obviously you have your website, but here's the coolest part. So look at all the counties here. Everything is it's not just the CRM where it just leads get in here. These are data storage. So every property we've ever priced or put an offer or anything on is here. So if I want to go hit Alamance County and Franklin County, I could just go ahead and create a campaign, right? Click this, create campaign, and call it NC1, whatever. Hit save. And then I have this whole county. I could go here. I could import or export the list. And just basically go through. I could hit adjust price. I could hit, percentage, price per acre, whatever the case, whatever I want to do. And then activate campaign and then start mailing. If I wanted to mail out of here, or I could download the list, export it, and bring it into Rocket Print and Mail and mail through Rocket Print and Mail. So it's so cool because I don't have to have 1,000 things living in different places. It's all priced right here. And I could even just go here, go to properties. I go to county. I could go to this. I could go field. I could select certain things, purchase price, offer price, whatever, acreage size. Like I only want to do 5 to 10 acres in that county. So I just want to create a campaign for 5 to 10 acres in that county. There's 461 parcels. Well, maybe I want to do, maybe I just want to do 60 plus. There's only 33. Okay, I could just select those 60 pluses and just mail them all. So that's what I love about Pebble. It's so easy to just filter out and then just mail. So I could even select all counties, like I don't have to select one. Go to this field, just do 60 plus in all counties, and I have 3,431. So if I'm looking for subdivides or something like that, I could just do this, click here, create campaign, or export all, and then boom, take that list and go take a template for a potential subdivide kind of thing, like more of like a neutral letter, and then mail that out. How long did it take me to prep a mail list? It's already priced. We have everything going because we did all the front end work. Now it's just a matter of hitting a button and sending it. So this right here, this properties button, I feel like is, and Rob could contest to that, I feel like is one of the most important things. It's your storage is right here. It's kind of like REI Sift in a way. If you guys know about REI Sift. Yeah. So I really like it. I think it's such a great thing. All right. So let's get back to this template. So what we always suggest, don't create a template just like everybody else's. Don't mimic somebody's. Don't call, don't take, like I'll show you guys ours. Let's see. Let's close some of this stuff out. So this is our offer letter. cash for land. Here's all our merge fields and all this stuff. Cash for land. Hey, first, hey, owner. So let's say, hey, Stacy, I'm interested in your property. So I do like not as like we, like a big business. Like, hey, I'm interested in your property located in county state in Warren County, North Carolina. We're a family-owned company that purchases vacant land across the USA. We are currently starting up a round of acquisitions in North Carolina, and your property seemed to be a perfect match for what we are looking for. We mean business. We close in 7 days or less. Just kind of pull out some couple of those like big words and stuff like that. So if you notice, we do color up here. Rocket Print and Mail will let you upgrade to color for free on this stuff. So we do color up there. What I've noticed with sending mail, we've been sending mail for years with our house business as well. We used to send mail. I used to spend with clear title keyword. Yeah, with clear title keyword. We used to send about $40,000 a month in mail when I was doing flipping, 2 to 5 properties a month, stuff like that. So that was crazy. But, we've sent a lot of mail. And this business is very mail intensive. And, we're going to be spending probably that amount in the next 6 months, I'd say. Maybe 8 months, probably be at that scale again. So when you're sending mail, people are going to look at 3 things. They're going to look at the top, who's it coming from? They're going to look at the center of the paper. They're going to look at the bottom. That's it. They're going to look at that stuff first. And if it catches their attention, catches their eye, then they'll go back and reread everything. And you guys will notice that too. Like whenever you open a piece of mail, where do you look first? 90% of the time, you're going to look right in the center, right? It's just where, because the way the letter's folded, the way you open it up, you're going to look right in the center. So put your most prevalent things right in the center, okay? And then Sumner talks about this too. This is like kind of like their basic offer template: company name, company address, company contact information, date, your name, address, or their name, address, all that stuff. Hey, first name, I'm interested in your property located in da-da-da. Who you are and why you want to buy the property, benefits of selling to you opposed to an agent, instructions on how to get in touch with you, purchase agreement, include deadline, reiterate contact information, boom. So we kind of took that, made our own here. Now, if you look at that, all the owner's first name, everything goes there. We have our stuff up top. We have all our little catch like right here. In the center, what do we have? We have our offer, dead center of the sheet. And we do that for a really specific reason. They're going to look at the center. So put it right there in front of them, for all eyes to see right in the beginning. And if it catches their attention, they'll go back and read everything else. If it doesn't, they'll throw it away, move on with their lives. That's it. Or they'll call us and tell us we suck, go away. And that's pretty much that. Happens quite often. So we do that. We do our, a couple bullet points. This also, bullet points attract attention when you do bullet points in like larger, bigger words. One thing we've talked about changing, and we're probably going to implement, is shortening this up a little bit. Our demographic of people that we're typically buying from is a little older. So most people need reading glasses and that stuff, right? If you're opening the mail, you might not have your reading glasses on you. So making your most pertinent things bigger are really important so that they can read it without glasses, because you want to catch their attention like right away. So based on our recent purchases, we put together an offer of this for your acreage in this county state. They'll be able to read that without the glasses for the most part, right? So it helps them catch attention. Now, if they like that offer, they like the price, they're going to go grab their glasses, read the rest of it. So having some bigger things stand out on your mailer is definitely going to help. And then having bullet points instead of paragraphs helps a lot too, because when people are reading something, this is also like a sales and marketing kind of thing too. When people are reading something, they only remember like the last 3 words, right? So you have to frame everything that has an ending to it. If you put everything in a paragraph, they're going to remember the end. So right here, we're a family-owned company, this and that. Why did we put close in 7 days or less? Because at the end, because that's all they're going to remember. They don't care that I'm a family-owned company and I purchased vacant land across. They're going to say, oh, this guy closes in 7 days and he offers us this in our county. Okay. it catches their eyes, right? And it stays in their mind. So when you break it up into bullet points, each one of these little sticking points will be in their head. You know, no commissions, fees. This goes in your pocket. Oh, so this offer goes in my pocket. Clean and clear offer. Avoid the painful. No switch pricing. Okay, so he's not going to renegotiate with me. Need to move fast. We close with clear title. Okay, so as long as I have clear title, we can get closed in 7 days. Everything's covered by us. Oh wow, so they're going to cover everything too. Any liens, back tax, clouded title, we can take that, no problem. So, okay, any issues I might have is no problem to them. So those are all the little sticking points. I put them at the end so that they know, okay, so this guy's going to handle everything pretty much. Curious to know if we know you're curious about hitting the easy button. So why not give us a call or text? So they could call us, they could text us, they could email us, they could hop on our website. They could send our purchase agreement attached below. They could send that back to us if they wanted, whatever the case may be. So here's our mail ID. We made this bigger, the APN's bigger, all that stuff. And then please be aware, we gave them a timeline, right? You don't want to give it keep it open-ended. You want to let them know hey, at some point this is not going to be, we're not going to be buying in here again. So give them some kind of timeline, like some dead end, hey, at this point we're going to stop buying. Just so everybody knows. It gives them urgency so that they'll want to kind of quickly get on this. So we do that urgency at the bottom. So as they're reading, what are the 3 points they look at? Top, center, bottom. So now they have who we are, our pricing, and the urgency, all in the 3 main points they're going to look at and remember. So that's why we kind of structured it like that. And then our name, my name right here. Most of the time I put my name because they're probably going to be talking to me, or when they call, they'll be asking for me, and our acquisitions people would take care of that stuff when we have a full-time acquisitions guy. So my name's right there. And then we have our purchase contract. So we do send this so they can kind of see what it is. It's a 1-page. This is something that we have all set up already with our attorney help put this together. Now, we did change this a little bit, and the contract that we use now is actually different. So we actually might update this, which Rob, I think we should do that. We should probably go through our offer letter and update this stuff a little bit and change this contract to the one that we're using now. And we're going to split test doing a 2-page versus single page because we've gotten 3 contracts back. I think that's it. And all the mail we've ever sent, we've only gotten 3 sent back. So I feel like the extra cost, Sumner says the extra, it's worth it because it shows that you mean business. But at the same caveat, I don't know if it really actually makes sense to send that out. So we're going to split test it, see if we get a better response rate, same response rate, maybe save some money. We'll see. Lead intake form as well. Well, yeah, we will. And we'll talk about that. But yeah, we're going to change our lead intake form, asking questions, because we get a lot of issues right now with title. Title issues are our number one deal killers right now. So we're going to probably ask more front-ended questions on our lead intake, basically how they came across the property, where it came from, and all that stuff, because we're seeing a lot of people that inherit properties that they technically don't own yet or anything like that, or that they thought they owned for the past 40 years, but it turns out their grandpappy, when he died, it doesn't just go to them. It goes down like crazy. If you guys don't know, so let's say grandpa dies or great grandpa dies, which we had a property like this. Great grandpa, I think Rob said it was actually really cool. They had the deed from 1863 or something like that. Yeah, I think he had the deed from 1863. Pretty crazy. His great grandpa, had bought the property for I don't know, a penny or something crazy, whatever it was, 3 chickens and a penny, something, whatever. Back in the mail, usually not very qualified though. Pricing might be off. Yeah, it depends on, honestly, Cole, too. The contract back, it could be your pricing. So we're targeting deals that are $30K profit. So the type of buyer that we're looking at, they're probably not going to mail back a contract and be like, whatever. They want to see if we're serious. if you're dealing with a $4,000 or $5,000 property, that's where you're going to get a lot of those contracts being mailed back to you because they're like, yeah, whatever, I'll just send this back and just get my money. See you later. But the people we're dealing with are a little more sophisticated, I'd say, or at least that's just what I've been noticing. We've gotten a few emails. We've got more emails actually than contracts sent back. So, anyway, so his grandfather had owned the property and passed away, and it would, most would think grandfather, great grandfather goes to grandfather, goes to father, goes to son, right? Or whatever, how that works. Well, what happens is great grandfather dies. Okay, that makes sense. So your acquisition price is like 15K, 15 to 30K, and then your exit is like 30 to 60. So let's say great grandfather dies. Well, he had 5 kids. Well, each one of those 5 kids now gets a piece of interest in that property, and now all those kids have kids, and then they all die, and then all their kids get interest in that property. So now you went from like 5, they all had 3 kids, so now you have 15, and then they all had kids. Well, now they all have interest in that property. So now you're talking about like that hierarchy goes down like crazy when somebody passes. So this guy, we worked with him for a while and tried to get an easement, tried to get all this stuff. And then after everything, we couldn't get the easement, turned out. After everything, we came to realize we're like, this guy probably never get this deal to close because his grandfather never gave it to his father. He died and inherited it, and that's it. So there's probably so many. We'd probably have to get like 40 plus signatures just to get this thing to close. And the spread was like 17 to 60 or something like that. Totally not worth it. So crazy. It was a crazy deal. And that's kind of like been happening a lot lately. Especially in North Carolina. So we've been noticing that. So it's definitely something we deal with a lot. So one thing we're trying to do now is maybe do some more upfront work as far as it goes with lead intake to kind of filter out those people, or at least know in the front end where their succession came from. Hey, how did you come across the property? Was it a property you purchased? If it was, it's even easier. If it wasn't, now we got issues because now it's an inheritance. Inheritances, they're going to be like a lot of stuff. So we know right off the bat, going in there, our first questions are going to be about the inheritance, where they came from, and how it came to be. And if we come to find out it's a bunch of signatures, well, then we just know, like, all right, this is going to be a back of the pipeline thing. Chase it down later. But hey, look, just so you know, like, these deals could take 6 months to a year, maybe longer to close. So give them that front ended thing instead of getting them under contract and then chasing our tails. So it's pretty wild. We deal with a lot of that. Cool. So as far as offer letters, anybody have any questions or anything they're doing different on their offer letters? We're considering, we want to try doing some split tests on range offers in the near future, and then doing, I don't know if we'll ever do neutral letters, but we'll probably do range offers. We'll probably do range offers. We'll probably do some postcard range offers and stuff like that as well. Just see what kind of response rates we get. Jacqueline, are those front end questions happening once they respond that they're interested, or handling it in your blind offer letter in some way? So no, our offer letter is going to stay the same. It's when they call into Pat Live, the questions that we'll ask will be more oriented towards that stuff. So when they call into Pat Live, let me see if I can pull that up actually. Let's see. Hang on, I'll pull it up. Go to forms. Okay. All right, so here we go. So when they call into Pat Live, these are questions we ask. Pat Live Technician, please fill out this form. Here you go. So they start filling out everything. So first name, last name, best callback number, what time to call you back, email address. Are you the owner of the property, state, county, APN? Does this property have an address? Are there any property taxes owed? Does the property have an HOA? Are there any improvements or structures on the property? Does the property have any power, water, sewer, road access? How long have you owned the property? Why are you looking to sell? How quickly? All this stuff. So these are the main questions. So we're working on editing these out. And one, it'll save us a little bit of time and money, because now our average calls are like 5 to 6 minutes on Pat Live, and it's a per minute platform. So if we could shorten this up and get the pertinent information in like 3 to 4 minutes, that'll save us time if you're getting 100 calls a month. So basically, we probably shorten up some stuff here. I'd say, first, last name is good. Callback number is perfect. Best time to call back, it's good. Email address, are you the owner? So I would say, instead of are you the owner of the property, how'd you come across the property? Or how did you become the owner of the property? Something like that, along those lines. Basically insinuating like, was this an inheritance? Whatever. Shorter the better. You want to get as much information out as possible, but you also don't want it to be a probing thing so that they hang up halfway through. So you want to front end the questions in a way that you get the most important stuff in the beginning, so that if they end up, leaving in the call halfway, you at least got everything you need. Shorter is better, but also this is a huge wall between you and the sellers, right? So if you have a ton of calls coming in, and you could filter out, 1,000 people like quickly, and now you're only dealing with the best leads right away, like that's what you want, right? So you want to be able to filter this best you can. So you want to really keep this long enough that it makes sense, but short enough that you're not eating up costs. So it's a hard balance to play. I'd say shoot for like the 5 to 6 minute range. Do you have a Zap that puts this into your Pebble deal board? Pseudo. Yeah, we have a Zap that goes in and emails and texts us, and then emails us a lead. And then we're setting up a Zap now so that it'll import it right in. The thing we don't like with zapping it into our lead form is some of the information gets skipped over. So it's kind of one of those things that we're trying to keep a little bit manual, so that we can make sure everything's good. So it's kind of like a control thing. We should just, concede control and just let Zap do it. But yeah. So basically, a couple of these things we're going to change out. Does the property have an address? Like, I don't really care if it has an address. I just need to know the APN. So we'll look it up. If it has an address, cool. We'll figure it out later. Any property taxes owed? I mean, it's good to ask that, I guess. Any liens, or I guess we could say any liens or taxes owed on the property, something like that. Does the property have an HOA? If so, how much are the dues? We don't really deal with too many HOA properties. We'll still ask it. Any improvements on the property and structure, we always leave that. Power, property have power, water, sewer, all that stuff. This is probably one of the most important questions. Is the road access paved, unpaved, legal easement, unknown, none, landlocked? It's probably one of the most important questions we ask, because we get a lot of landlocked properties that are basically nothing. How long have you owned it? Decently important. We'll also look that up in the APN. So I don't know if we have to ask that question, but I guess it doesn't hurt. Why are you looking to sell the property? They'll give us an answer on a scale 1 to 5, 5 being immediately, how fast. So this is timeline, motivation. We don't really have condition. I guess this stuff would be condition. If you guys know wholesaling or real estate in general, the 4 pillars: timeline, motivation, price, condition. Price we've already flushed out by saying I'm a blind offer. Condition doesn't really have condition because it's land, but we do ask these questions: property service, all that stuff. Any power, does it have anything on the property? Motivation right here, why? And then timeline, how fast? These 2 are really important questions. If they're giving you a 5, that's a person you want to call immediately. That's a hot lead. If they're giving you a 1 and they're why they want to sell the property is they're just curious about the offer, call them, but you don't have to call them in the next hour or so. What's your primary method of communication? Boom, all that stuff. So that's pretty much that. So if anybody's curious about that too, so what we do are, let me see if Rob, did we prep this out? I don't even know. Let's see, SOPs. Steps are updated. I don't know if we did this yet. We didn't take. Did we do this yet? No, we didn't. That's on the pipe. Okay. So basically, when a lead comes in, we get this filled out. Pat Live. This gets filled out. We get texts. We get an alert and an email alert as well. Once that happens, then everything gets ported into Pebble. Once it gets into Pebble, we don't rush to call them unless it's like a deal. The flow of it is something we need to fix. Yeah, we do have to fix the flow of it. We do. No, actually, Rob, we need to fix the flow of after contract signed to getting it to title and close. That's the flow we need to fix. We're very lumpy on that. We gotta focus on that. Maybe we should just tell Michelle to do it for us. She'll probably get it done. No, so this is Pat Live. So we have a answering service, Pat Live, and they answer our calls and stuff like that. So if you're in LIA, I think at the bottom of the description here, you can see a link to Pat Live getting started if you want to try it out. It honestly, Pat Live is the best piece of our business. Like just having an answering service as a filter between you and the leads, best thing you'll ever do in your life. Because they're answering all the time, 24/7, always answering. So where's this? Oh, getting linked to fill the format. So they answer the phone, and it's US based. So their conversation is great, and they sit there, they talk through the seller, and find out all the pertinent information. It makes you look really professional in your business too, because now you have a person on the other line actually asking questions and answering questions. Awesome, best thing you could ever spend money on. So they fill out the form for us. And then what we do is we have at the end, they let them know like, hey, somebody will contact you back in 24 hours. So it gives us a timeline, like them a timeline too, to let them know like, hey, somebody's running due diligence, stuff like that. So once the property comes in, we put it into Pebble, and I got a call coming in right now. Okay. So it'll go right into here, into this lead in. And then once it goes here, we go through everything else. What we do is like, once you go into, let's see, once you go into lead in, it'll have all these stuff, this checklist to go through. And we're going to go through and make sure all this stuff is here. Confirm HOA, POA, confirm this, add pictures. We're going to go into this thing. We're going to add some pictures. We're going to add a map. We're going to add all the stuff in here. Like we didn't do it on this deal yet on this one. We're going to add all that stuff in though. And then, yeah. So we add all that stuff in. We go through the whole checklist. Good to go. So lead comes into our Pebble, gives us 24 hours to then follow up with them. I want to make sure I do all my due diligence on the front end. So when I have the conversation with the seller, I'm pulling up the property. I have it in front of me. I look at it. I've already went through the whole thing. I've already comped it. I put, comps in here. Let's see if we did it for this one. Probably not. Where was that one? Eaststone. So maybe this guy. So if you go into here, so you can see all the stuff we've checked off. So deals, due diligence, right here. So we go through due diligence. We do all this stuff. Comps. That wasn't it. Let's see. This was Craig, Virginia. There you go. So we go in here. You can see we've talked to her. We've done everything. We'll add our comps into here. Here's our comps. Here's the purchase price. The comp sale price, size, how many days on market, the price per acre, all that stuff. So we pre-fill all this stuff out before I'm calling that seller. I want to do that because I want to make sure I have all my information in front of me and I'm not guessing or whatever. I want to call that person and lock the deal up that day. So I try to have all the back end information done. So all I could do is just call the seller and say, hey, look, everything looks good. Let's check this out. Okay. You're good to go. Everything's good. You have access. You have this, you have that. How'd you come across the property? Okay, great. All looks good. Cool. All right. Everything sounds good. Let's send a contract over. You ready? All right, cool. I'll go in there. I'll go to DocuSign. I'll type it all up, send it over to them while I'm on the phone with them, and then say, okay, just fill out this, this, and this. Hit sign. Boom. See you later. We get one call closes all the time because we do all our back end work before we're calling them. So I don't rush to call a lead within the first 10 minutes or whatever. It was super important with wholesaling houses because speed to lead is really important because somebody's going online and filling out I need to sell my house fast, whatever, this company. And then they do it to the next company, they do it to 10 people while they're searching online. So you have to really call fast. This business is totally different. This is, it's cold outreach, but they're calling us as a warm lead already. So we don't have to worry about them soliciting 30 other people. It's really not happening. It's totally different. So we'd like to take our time and do our due diligence on the back end and then call the lead when we're ready. It just helps us be more prepared for everything. So do you call back leads that upon reading the questions they answered show a lot of barriers to buy, not in their name, has multiple signers, has no easement, wants 4x what you offered? We'll call everybody and just touch base, but I'm not going to keep that as that's a back of the end list. I'll call them when I get time, but I'm going to call the most, number 5 sellers, who want to sell right away, own the property. I'm calling them first, doing the due diligence first, something like that. No. So we do check with the realtor. Do you check with the realtor as part of your DD or just check comps? So we look at comps initially, right? Because what's a realtor going to do? They're going to do the same thing, but they do have the local insight. The reason why I don't send it to a realtor right away, unless it's a realtor I really trust, is a lot of land realtors play dirty and they'll just say, oh, where's the property? They want to sell? Okay, cool. Then they'll call the seller and say, why would you sell to this guy? I'll get you twice the amount if I list it. So I go for the contract first. Go for the kill. Get the kill. Hey, I have this under contract, Mr. Realtor. Can you take a look at the property? Give me a CMA on it. Cool. So after we get a property, talk to the seller, get a property under contract, we send it for a quick due diligence, check title. It costs us $35. We check vesting status of the title, see if their name's on there, all that stuff, the last people that own it, all that stuff, whatever. We do that. It costs us $35. Send it to a realtor, get a CMA. Okay. Realtor looks at it and says, yep, it looks like you could sell this thing for $100K. Cool. We're under contract for $50K. Perfect. Looks like a deal all day. Once we look at those two things, then we say, okay, cool. Let's get somebody out there to do drone photography. Get somebody out there, walk the property, look at the drone, all that stuff. Communicating with the seller. I haven't done that sometimes, and make sure you do that. I'll get to that. So once we have a drone photographer out there, we have our DD done with our preliminary title. We have our drone photographer done, and we have a CMA from the agent. That's when we look at this deal and say, okay, agent saying it's sell for $100K. We looked at we had the drone photographer go out there. We have no issues with access, anything like that. You should show them. Yeah. I'll have to talk to someone about that first. We do a CMA. We do all that stuff. Once we get all that stuff, I look at it. I'm like, okay, everything looks good. It's got access. Pictures look great. There's no debris on the property. There's no hidden, squatters. There's no whatever. Cool. Call the seller. Hey, everything looks great. We looked at the property, everything like that. We're going to send this to title now. Go from there. Done. Now we send it to title. It's off on its merry way. If we have an issue in those 3 things, that's when we go back to the seller and say, hey, look, had our drone guy go out there. We didn't have access. You said we'd have access. We didn't have access. The whole thing's completely overgrown, everything like that. We got to trim it back. We got to do this, that, and the other. So unfortunately, because of that, we have to reduce the price. Now, also we noticed in the title report, this came up. Looks like you're not the true owner of it. There's multiple people. We might have to adjust the price. Okay. It just kind of helps us, whatever. So that's kind of like what we do as far as that. Now, if it is good, then we go for it. Majority of loan brokers in the area I work with no longer offer CMAs because a lot of people call them in the state they want to sell, confirm the price, and then they resell. See, this is the problem I have with a lot of people that just use a realtor as your comping, right? That's kind of what Victor's talking about. So you don't use a realtor for your comping. Comp your freaking deals. You have to do it yourself. Okay. Figure out your pricing, make sure it looks good, comp it out. If it looks good, get it under contract. That's when you call a realtor and say, hey, Mr. Realtor, I have this property under contract to purchase. It looks like we're going to close on an X, Y, and Z date. Title looks good, everything like that. Just curious, would you be open to listing it for us after we close on it? They'll say yes. They'll say no. They say no, screw them, call another realtor. Until you find a good one in an area, then feed that realtor till the end of your life. Or maybe you're not going to work at the realtor and you just want a direct list, then this whole conversation is completely mute. Ignore it. It's not you. You're going to direct list them. Sumner pushes a lot of the direct listing stuff. It's a fantastic model. I don't love it. I feel like that's another whole sector of the business that I could automate by giving it to a realtor. Sumner pushes a lot. Like if you direct list, you could basically save a lot of money, and it's absolutely true. You can make a lot more spreads, a lot more. You control your marketing, control all your stuff. It's fantastic. You could definitely make more money. It's just not it's not something I want to really do. I don't want to deal with the buyers. I've done that for years. I'm good. I'll just deal with the realtors, and they deal with everything else. So we don't send them to our realtor unless we know we're going to close on them. Like, unless we really like the deal. And a lot of people just send realtors all these deals like, hey, can you check out these 20 properties? They're going to be like, dude, no. And then guess what? Now you pissed off that realtor when somebody else calls and they actually have a good deal. People be like, no, I don't do that anymore because I've had so many people doing this, that, and the other. Don't be the dick. Be good. Send only properties that you have under contract to a realtor. That's simple. Someone started out very opportunity to get into discounted land on market with realtors flip on. There is a strategy. Actually, I saw somebody inside LIA posted in recent wins, maybe it was a week or two ago, their entire strategy. They have zero marketing budget, and they made, I think he was making like $60K a month. And all they do is go on market and they find deals. That's it. They go on market, make a super low ball offer, get it accepted, and move on to the next deal. And then get it, buy it, sell it. That's their entire business, and they're crushing it. I forget who it was, but if you look and go into the Discord, go down below, sign up, go into the Discord, and then go into the recent win section. I think it's 1 or 2 weeks back. You'll see a guy, and we all kind of commented, and we're like, dude, that's amazing. Like, even Sumner was like, yeah, we don't teach this, but like, there's 1,000 different ways to do this business, and that's just another one to do it. So he crushes it. Check it out. That's one way to do it. Also, too, if you really want to be good and solve a need, there's a massive need in this industry for people that like are willing to get on the phone and chase down, do ancestry, genealogy stuff, chase down all these signatures for people and whatever. Yeah, if you want to do that stuff, if you're good at like doing ancestry stuff and calling people, you could do that and just be, I mean, hell, me and Rob will hire you right now and give you 10 or 12 deals that you could do and chase. Basically, we have all these deals that we can't close on because there's 1,000 sellers that need to be, 1,000 people that need to be called and get easements and this and that, and a whole slew of things. We need somebody that would do all those calls and handle that stuff. That could be a good way to get your marketing budget, because now you just come in, you tag into our business. We already have the leads. We already have all the stuff. All you need to do is just make some calls, and, you know, we can provide the skip tracing, all that stuff. And then you get a percentage of the deal. We'll cut you in. Why not? And take that money, parlay it into your own marketing budget. And once you made enough, you tell us to screw off and you go do your own business. That's another way to do it. Solving a need. Sweet. Reach out to me and Rob. We'll definitely talk to you about it. I have a couple right in line right now. Actually, I can give you a guy that we need to call the neighbors and get the easement done. And I'll show you the scripts and all that stuff, what to say and everything like that. Super easy. Here, I'll drop my email, Jacqueline. You could just email me. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to get started. So if you guys don't know, we basically started this business. Like I've been in real estate for 14 years now, and been fixing, flipping homes and all this stuff. Whatever. I'll get into my whole story, but we started this land business just this year. Okay, we just got into it. Now we only really started in June. Like realistically started. So I started working with Sumner, doing all the stuff, and then talked to him. I said, you should create a 90-day program and, we'll be your guinea pigs. So we started our business for the whole business with $10,000. And that was like all the money we used. That's for all our marketing, all our systems, everything we needed to get the business off the ground. And we went through A to Z on how to do it. And we recorded every single step of the process. And that's how we kind of came into the 90-day program. And so we came into the 90-day program. We built the whole thing, and that's kind of like how we built our whole business. And that's why I'm here every Wednesday now, and I'm documenting from when we first started our 90-day program. We're going to do this throughout, right? Probably for the whole year. Hell, even longer if you guys want me to. And just kind of go over our business every year, every month, every week, and talk about the different things we're doing and where we're at and deals we have under contract, all that stuff. So that's kind of what we're working on. Now, we did that with 10 grand, and we ended up walking away with $250K pipeline profit. And now it's a 6-month cash conversion cycle. If you guys don't know what that means, it's basically the dollar you put in 6 months ago, you're going to see back out in your pocket 6 months later. That's kind of what we're seeing. It's 5 to 6 month cash conversion. So whatever marketing budget you put out in June, I'm not going to see basically till January. And it's so funny because like clockwork, it's exactly what's happening. The money we put out in June when we started the 90-day program, we have deals that are closing on December 18th. And it's like, okay, there you go. Well, 6 months almost to the T. It's actually 5 months, which is awesome. So we'll see probably about 100K profit from June to now. And then we still have a pipeline profit of all these other deals that we've been working on. I think with the other deals we just got under contract this month, we're probably looking at like an 800K pipeline profit. And that's once we get them closed and title and all that stuff. Just the ones that we have under contract, not the old leads that Jacqueline's going to call for me. Yeah. So we have a ton of stuff working. It's pretty crazy what you can do in this business. And my goal here, and I'm going to document everything as we go, is I want to get this business to $1 million a month net in my pocket a month. Totally doable. It's a lot of inputs, but once we figure out what levers to pull and all that, I'm just going to pull them. So hopefully if I could do it by January 2025, it's a year and a month from now, I'll do it. If I can't, oh well, we've made 500K a month instead of $1 million. That's fine. But I'm going to build this business in public so everybody could see it and get to $1 million a month and then see where it goes from there. So awesome. All right, guys, I have to run. I got some more stuff to do, but every Wednesday, 2:30 EST, we're here. So feel free to hop in. It's always here. If you guys ever want to do anything, I think Peace Land, I don't know your name, bro. I don't know your name. I think we want to talk about Pebble one day. So what we'll do is I'll reach out to Sumner and Jesse and see if we can get Jesse on here to talk about Pebble and all that stuff. Love to do it. Love Pebble. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know if you guys knew this too. We gave away a list a couple weeks ago. I gave away a list to somebody on here. We pulled a list, priced it, did the whole 9, and then gave it away live. And that person I gave the list away, they ended up mailing it. They ended up getting 2 deals under contract. One deal closed. It's a buy for 50 or 40. I think it was buy for 50, sell for 90. So they'll make 40 grand on a deal. So I just gave them the list, totally priced out. And then they have another one that they're closing on for, I forget what it was. I think it was another like 30K profit deal. So it's definitely worth hopping in here sometimes because I'll give away some lists. If you guys ever want, I'll pull and price a list for you guys and then give it away. And all you got to do is spend the money on the mail, and could be your first deal. And we'll help you with whatever you want. So if you want a JV on it, need funding, whatever the case may be, we'll work on that. We could JV on it and bring in our funders, or if you just want to, yeah, whatever. Cool, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a great day. Any questions, comments, or any things you want to do, definitely reach out to us in Discord, tag me and Sumner, and let us know like what you want, or drop a comment below. That's how this video today talking about the templates came to be. Somebody was like, hey, I want to know about templates. So boom, here we are. Let us know whatever stuff you want to do, and we'll go from there. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one.